Hey guys, how you doing? This is E-Town Train, and this is the Just a Basic Dude vlog. And I thought that today we would go back and kind of revisit something that I feel like maybe I didn't give that fair a shake. So I want to show you guys something that we've got going on here, and this is the keychain of survival here. So it's got all kinds of handy, nifty gadgets that we've looked at on the channel, and a couple things that we haven't. We got our can openers and a little silly knife on there, and we've got our beast, and we've got this is an extra key to my house that I keep in my bag just in case I lose my keys. And then we have our fire starter kit, our magnesium fire rod with its firestriker on it. And I thought, maybe we didn't give it that good a shake last time. Maybe I watched a little bit, and maybe I didn't grind hard enough at it to get some magnesium off of the brick, and maybe I just didn't give it a good enough shake. So we've got this metal pan here, and we have a paper towel that I'm going to put underneath the magnesium rod here while I grind everything off of it. And just in case we accidentally do make fire, we have a glass of water, a National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation glass of water. I thought that was apt considering that it is the holiday season. So what we're going to do is we're going to try grinding some magnesium off of this brick, and we're going to try lighting it again. We're going to see. I really want this to work. I really want this to work. I've seen lots of people use them and have them work. Maybe just because we bought a cheap magnesium brick here that maybe that's the reason that we're having so many problems with it. I don't know. But we're going to try it one more time. We're going to kind of do a revisit, and we're going to check it out. Anyhow, so we might talk a little bit while we're doing this. We haven't really had a good talk lately on the vlog about things like, I don't know, what's going on in the world, things like that. What I'm finding up here in my neck of the woods, the unfortunate truth is that what I'm finding is that there are a lot of people getting robbed, and they're getting the mailboxes robbed, and there are home invasion robberies all the time now. Even up here in the country where I live, just a few roads over, which, to be honest, a few roads over is quite a few miles, but just a few roads over, you have people getting robbed constantly, home invasions. They're stealing their packages from their front porches, and you're just, I think that now more than ever it's important for people, even people that aren't into the outdoors or survival minded or really want to think too much about that kind of stuff. I think it's important for us all to be vigilant for our neighbors. I think that people need to think a little bit more about watching what's going on in their neighborhood, and perhaps just trying to get to know, in our current information age, which I love being a part of. It's where my career came from. In our current information age, I see that there aren't a lot of people anymore that talk to each other. You see a lot of texting, and you see a lot of Facebooking and Twittering, and what we do is we talk to people that we already know that live far away, but we don't talk to the people next door. And I think that we need to learn how to be good neighbors again. And, for a long time, I was really against the government removing the net neutrality laws. Even though I'm more of a conservative-minded person, I really was against that. I felt like maybe it was just a money grab. But a lot of things these days that the government does is kind of a money grab. They're talking about playing around with Social Security reform and calling it an entitlement and things like that. And that's not an entitlement. I've put money into Social Security since I was 14 years old. That was when I had my first real job. I was 14. I'm 36, almost 37 now. That's 22 years of my life that I've been putting money into the kitty, and I'd like at some point to get something back out of it, I'm not worried. I put money into my 401k, and barring a huge economic disaster, we should be okay when I grow up, when I get older, is the idea anyway. I think that But I really do believe that we don't talk to our neighbors enough. So I'm going to challenge myself, and I'm going to challenge you guys to find out just what your neighbors' names are. My neighbors aren't super close to me, and I don't know them very well. I have one neighbor down the road who I know very well because my son is friends with their daughter, and they go to the same school. But that's the only reason that I know them, is because the kids, you know. As you can see, I'm using a couple of different techniques to try and get this to grind off enough magnesium powder to actually light a fire. The problem, I think, with this cheap brick is that it's just really hard. So you have to be super patient and really work at what you're doing with your little teeth grinder here, and just work it hard, or you're not going to get enough off of there to actually use as a fire starter. And this right here, what I'm doing right now, holding it down and actually just pushing a lot of pressure into the brick, seems to be working a little bit better than just sawing at it. So putting it down and just grinding it off there, putting your hands into it, which unfortunately for me, my hands get really sore. I've been using these for a long time to work, and so they tend to cramp up. But I'd really like for this to work. I want to see what this magnesium powder look like when it burns. And kind of move our little pile around and to try and get it all in the middle here without dumping it. And we're doing okay. We don't have a huge pile yet, but it's coming around. I'll show you guys. Okay, take a look-see here. And there is, I don't know if you can see it. There's the pile of stuff. I'll review this video and we'll see if we're even gonna bother about that. So I'm going to grind a little bit more off here. I think that we might almost have enough that if I do strike a spark into it, it will go. And I really want this to work. So we've got our little pile of powder. If you haven't noticed, it's a lot less windy today than it was the last time we tried this. And so I'm going to set you guys right up here. We're going to try and find a way to get you kind of in closer to the action here. And we're inside the pan with you. Here is our little deal here. And I'm going to strike this once, and if it flings any sparks toward my camera, I am definitely going to take that off there. And so we're striking it directly into a little pile of this magnesium powder. Oh, and it went. It worked. Huh. Worked quick too. We are going to put that fire out. I'll show you guys here. It all worked out pretty well. Once that spark hit that, the magnesium burned basically white hot and caught right on fire, which kind of negates the findings of my other video, and that's okay. This is why I wanted to revisit this, and we could have a little talk about being neighborly, going to meet your neighbors, maybe buy a 6-pack of beer or a big Subway sandwich or something like that, and go and visit and take them lunch. Invite them over to your house to have coffee. I think that we all need to get together with the people in our neighborhood, and we need to be neighborly. We need to learn a little bit more about the people in our neighborhood and just be kind to them, because they're the people that are there when you're not there. When your house is sitting all alone and there's no one in it but your dog, your neighbors are the people that are there, that are going to take care of you, that are going to help you out. So go trade phone numbers, have a sandwich, and you know what? This works really well to start a fire. You just have to really put effort into getting enough of that powder off. And also, I think that the difference being is that the last time we made a video with this fire starter, it was windy out. And the wind blew those light flakes of magnesium everywhere but where I was trying to put them. So this time it worked. I'm glad that we revisited this piece of gear, and I'm glad we could talk today. And you guys have a great afternoon, good evening, good morning, whenever you're watching this video. This is the Z-Town Train for Just a Basic Dude Vlog, and I am out. Peace. Have a great day.